It's midway through September. Why don't we try to fucking plan the rest of the year? Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and I am going to try to plan for the rest of the year because I feel a little bit lost at the moment. This video is going to be quite off the cuff and unscripted, so if you enjoy that kind of content, just sit back, relax, and enjoy me ramble for approximately 10 minutes because I hope this video won't be that long. It is currently September 12th and I haven't done a lot this year, I feel like. I know if I actually look back and thought about it, maybe I would feel differently. I actually had achieved some things. I've written 100,000 words in a book, didn't finish that book. It's been one of those years, to say the fucking least. It's gonna be especially fun because I'm gonna be sharing my plans with you. I went on a writing retreat with my very good friend Wallace, and as what always happens whenever I am on a retreat with my friends, this happens every single fucking year, regardless of what I've been working on, I have a little bit of an existential crisis while I am at the lake. It was lovely, it was soothing for my heart, for my soul. I baptized myself in the super blue moon light. I literally got in the lake and swam around in it with the beautiful silvery waves crashing over me. We're not actually that crashing because it's a very shallow portion of the lake, but whatever. I also charged my crystals. Hopefully they'll bring me some insight for the upcoming days. So let's jump into what I'm going to be actually planning, because I did kind of come up with a plan at the end of the retreat, even though I did have kind of a mini crisis in the middle where I just worked on Lake Actually, because I was actually at the lake. But and also wrote a couple of other things that popped into my brain. But I want to write a 5th manuscript before I turn 25. That's the whole soft launch of the video. This is not actually I'm not actually gonna be talking about what I'm doing for that, but I'm gonna be going over basically how I plan to accomplish this in this video, where I will talk more about what I actually end up doing and my process for it in a different video. But essentially, I turned 25 in a very short amount of time, 3 months. I think it's actually less than 3 months now. And I have written 4 manuscripts. I have written The Wrath King multiple times, but I'm only counting that as one manuscript because that's one book I've written. I wrote Be Gay Solve Crime, I wrote Cruel Summer, and I wrote Invisible String. All 4 of those books are finished in some capacity, and I would like to have one more added to my stack before my birthday, mostly so I can take December off and then have a January revisimo. We're workshopping that. We're just gonna chillax. We're gonna have some fun just looking at my Notion that I created. I am not much of a Notion girly. I am very hit and miss with it. I use it very sporadically. I used it very much during the beginning of the year. One of my favorite ever author tubers, Kristen Leatherman, made a video on her Notion, and I basically copied a lot from her Notion. Thanks, Kristen, for that video. And so I am self-taught on Notion. I personally think if you've struggled with Notion in the past, or you're I don't know how to use Notion, it's way too difficult, looking up tutorials and stuff and actually creating your own and curating it and tailoring it to yourself might be the best idea, because I have taken people's templates before. Speedy McGee outside. I have taken people's templates and used them, I've duplicated them and tried to use them, and I just find that they're not as intuitive if I haven't made them. So if that's something you've struggled with, maybe give making your own a try. Mine are very simple. We have my Notion. I call it the notebook because I scribble in here. I have my Ray Bradbury quote. This is my Notion reveal. I have my planner, YouTube. I haven't used a lot of this. Here's what the weather is like in my hometown. As you can see, I haven't used this Notion since February of this year, really. I haven't used this portion of it. And as you can see, you know what? I have sent 50 queries. Oh my God, that's not what I wanted to do. I have sent 50 queries, so at least there's that. Did not write the first draft of the Eclipse Project. Part of me is thinking, will I ever write that book? And I can't be that down on myself, but another part of me wishes I could be. Anyway, this is what the homepage of my Notion looks like. This is one that I pulled from someone else. This is a Nano dashboard, and I just I don't find myself able to use this intuitively. It's nice and stuff. Oh. Okay, well, it's from last year, so that's probably why that didn't work. We have the end of year plan. This page is really boring, but it has the 4 months that are left. We're gonna start with September, which has a little teapot. I made these little Notion covers. I make them in Canva. I love making things in Canva. It's one of my favorite things to do. So for the rest of the year, I have a couple of goals. Obviously, my one is to write another book before I turn 25. So I have the rest of September, October, and November to do that. And I'm hoping to have all of December off. I'm also hoping to oh, nope, no asking AI. No AI in this household. No AI. No. No AI. This is an AI non-using household. I was gonna say something mean about AI, but we're not gonna do that in case they take over, and I'd like to be spared. Please Alexa. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Your kindness really gives me a charge.
Oh my god, why was she whispering? Why was she whispering? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Anyway, we're gonna move on. So I do want to continue making videos for the rest of the year. I have planned out my videos. Oh, here's the video we're currently working on. Hey, how are you? This is my September mood board. I make one of these every single month and then I use them as my background on my desktop. This is the most specific thing. I have made myself like a calendar for when I want things to be done in September. So the 18th, today is the 12th, but the 18th, I want to lay out every single book idea that I have that I could write and like actually like physically look at them and like look at what do I actually have. So I have my ideas tab here. I have just a little cheeky glance at it because one of the things I found is that I kind of have decision paralysis, and one of the things that did not work with the Egg of Fate, if you've been around long enough, you'll recognize what this is. But basically, I really struggle when hopping from project to project, and I really just need to pick a book, pick a deadline that I start writing the first draft, and then like fucking go. That is what I did for Be Gay Solve Crime back in 2020. I had a bunch of ideas that I was kind of working on. I have videos up about it. They're pretty old now, but then I wrote Be Gay Solve Crime, and the rest of that is history. I'm gonna pick an idea, gonna set a deadline, which is October 1st. I'm gonna do what I did before, which was write 50,000 words in October and then 50,000 words in November, and hope that that gets me a finished draft. If it doesn't, that gives me 3 days of leeway to finish it. Maybe even finish it on my birthday again, because I actually finished Be Gay Solve Crime on my birthday on a live. And then from the 18th to the 20th, I have play around with each one of these and like whittle it down. And then on the 20th, I will make my decision. I will be like, this is the book that I'm gonna write. From the 20th to the 29th will be a book prep. I have my to-do list for that. I'm going to do an outline, a query, a logline, a synopsis, character profiles, world building, and mood boards, obviously. And you'll be like, but Katie, there's a 30th day in September. And this leads me very nicely into October. October, look at how beautiful it is. I'm so ready for October, truly. Like, I need the fall. It's actually become kind of gloomy and stormy outside today, which is very nice. But I am going on a writing retreat on October 1st through the 6th. I am going to visit Jessica Williamson at the Hext Library, along with a bunch of other friends. I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be amazing. There will be a writing vlog, as you can see. And on the 30th, I would like to just be, you know, packing frantically usually and like hanging out with my family. I will be there. And then also in October, if you're not signed up already or you don't know, there's the Storyteller's Hearth Weekend Relay, which is used to be the Worldwide Write-a-thon, but basically is just a relay of sprints, which means that for 2 to 2.5 hours, you'll be on someone's channel and they will run sprints, and it will pass from author-tuber to author-tuber to author-tuber or booktuber, whoever is participating. And you just have a lot of sprints to be productive in if you are, you know, a big reader and you want to get a bunch of books read before the end of the month, or you're trying to prep for NaNoWriMo. That's what this originally was for NaNoWriMo prep. I'm going to be using it to write my book. But along with this, I obviously have the videos that I have planned. Sneaky little thing, if you're watching these, you'll know what is coming up soon on my channel. I may change my mind, you never know. And then also for this one, I pulled up and made a new writing tracker. So this is very similar to the one that I used for Like Actually when I was writing that book. It's very much the same. You start on October 1st. You have a daily total. The words that you need, 100,000 divided by 61, which is how many days there are. And then the manuscript total is just like what this is. So like say I wrote like this many words, boom, it like automatically changes. And then like I have like maybe I had a big day on that day, you know, and it'll change and shift, and maybe I have like an even bigger day. Nope, I would have not written 65,000 words in one day. I also have little totals for October and November, and it goes into November and shows you why is that not correct? Oh, it's because I think it has to be this one. There you go. I fixed it. Here we are. We have the writing tracker that is embedded in here. So if I need to, I can just, you know, there we go. And it changes. So I don't actually have to have this open all the time. I can just go to my Notion and it will be there. And then I have like a little calendar that has all of my stuff. We move on to November, which is NaNoWriMo. Big surprise. Here's my cute November mood board, which is all dark and mysterious. There we go. This again, which I will then go down to here, and boom, there we go. Also have my calendar. This is very similar to October's for that reason. And yeah, it's NaNoWriMo. I'm very excited about NaNoWriMo. I haven't participated fully in NaNoWriMo, I think, since 2020. Yeah, because last year I tried to participate in NaNoWriMo, but I was already like most of the way through my Invisible String draft. And then 2021, I was in a writing crisis. And then 2020 is when I wrote Be Gay Solve Crime. So I haven't actually officially participated in Nano in quite a long time. And then December is the one that has the least amount of stuff. I have my nice little mood board here. And then December 4th is my birthday. I turn 25. It's rest, recover, and reset month. I do have videos planned. I am also doing JanuaryMo again, soft launch there. I do it every year, which is basically just NaNoWriMo, but in January, because a lot of people are busy during November with the holidays and like school and stuff. So I started like this January NaNoWriMo, which is unofficial and unaffiliated with NaNoWriMo. Like, it's just for fun, you know, and just there'll be more about that later on my channel. That is like how I basically plan the rest of the year. We'll see how this works. Don't worry about this over here. I started writing this silly little other project that I'm hoping to finish, and so I wrote that down. I'm finishing it so I can actually like plan and like work on a novel for the 18th. This is like a short story, or like I don't want to say it's a novella because it's not, but that is how I planned the rest of my year using my Notion. If you have any Notion questions, maybe don't ask me, but you can if you want. I am just very excited to kind of get back into writing a book and feeling like I have some form of control over my bookish life. I've just been struggling a lot with figuring out what I want to do with my writing, and I know I posted about the Dragon book, and the Dragon book is still very much on the table and on the cards for like 2024 maybe, but I've just reached a stage where I would like to write one more book. I want to have another manuscript under my belt, something that I can maybe revise in the new year, and hopefully, you know, maybe go back into querying with that if Cruel Summer doesn't pan out in the way that I want it to. I want to be just ready to dive into the next thing, and I've kind of felt like I'm a little stagnant recently. So I just have found that using this Notion and taking this day to plan it out is really helpful. So maybe if you're struggling with some of that, or you're struggling with like direction, doing this might be helpful to actually like put something physical into the universe as opposed to just like thinking about all the shit that you could be doing. I just kind of want to get a head start for the new year, you know, and I've had a kind of a shit year. It's not been the best, it's not been the greatest, but we're hoping 2024 it's gonna be even better. The fact that it's gonna be 2024 is fucking bonkers. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my rambling face, you can subscribe. I post new videos every single week, and I know you're not gonna want to miss them because I'm gonna be writing a new book, so there's gonna be a lot of vlogs, and the vlogs are sometimes chaotic and weird, and just me being me, you know? It is what it is. Let me know about all of your projects down below. Let me know if you're planning on doing any Nano-like events or trying to write 50,000 words in Nano, if you've written any books, or if you're planning on writing any books. Do you want to join into this challenge with me? I don't know. Maybe you are going to be writing your 5th book before you turn 25. I don't know you. Let me know. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like down below. It does help out my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a spectacular day, and I will see you in my next one.